So Pep has potentially boiled some piss. I've seen Terry cover it already on This Is Football, Guardiola, arrogance, or disgrace. I can't remember the terms that he used specifically, but this was in relation to Pep responding to the critics, the people who were questioning Haaland for missing 9 chances against Chelsea the other day. Obviously, he bagged the goal that got themselves the win against Brentford, a tense 1-0, and they're now 1 point behind us, and we play Luton in about 8 hours time, 9 hours time from when I'm recording this video down under in Sydney, Australia. But they got their goal from Erling Haaland. And this is what was said in this post-game interview, I believe it was, for the Brentford game. And just listen to what Pep says. And then there's also another bit that he continues on, which is what's got some people up in arms. I mean, I personally don't really care. It's just interesting that he said it.
When I was young, one friend of mine told me never ever, as a person, I was not journalist, I'm not and I will not be. So tell me, top scorer, strikers, score a lot of goals, don't criticize him, because he will shout your mouth.
That's all he said. I wasn't a journalist, never would be a journalist. We'll get to that in a second. But he says, never criticize a top goal scorer because they'll always come back to shut your mouth. It's like, well, that's the point, isn't it? So you want to be proven wrong if you say they're not good enough, prove me wrong, or you say you are not good enough and I'm going to be proven right. Or there are two different ways. Or they are right and then you are proven correct when they end up scoring goals. But in any case, Pep saying this, a lot of people have twisted it, saying as Pep said it to the journalist, saying shut your mouth because he will, come back and shut it for you. That's not what he said. That's not what he said. And TalkSport specifically made it sound like he was referencing, saying it to journalists. Pep Guardiola warns the media to stop criticizing Erling Haaland. Very clickbaity title. Very, very clickbaity title from TalkSport. But as you heard there, he did not say that the media directly that he's speaking to should stop. He said back home, there was a journalist. They said, don't criticize your top goal scorer because they'll come back and bite you. They'll come back and shut your mouth. But no player is beyond criticism. No manager is beyond criticism. No team is beyond criticism. Just because you're doing well or you've done well doesn't mean there's nothing else that could be added to it. There could be something that you want to be working on. There could be something that you could improve on. And when you are this goal-scoring machine who apparently can do everything in front of goal, and when you've wasted, effectively, 9 chances in front of goal, you are going to be criticized for wasting 9 chances because you are that good. When Darwin Núñez gets criticized for his chances in front of goals, everyone says he should be doing better. Doesn't matter that he scored a goal. He's nowhere at his level, which is fair enough. He should be, I believe he should be at least, scoring more goals, like many Liverpool and football fans in general think so. But for Haaland, he is the pinnacle. If he doesn't score a goal out of 9 chances, then something is wrong there. Now, you can say he's had some personal issues with the family situation. I get it. It's not great. Your head's still clouded. He probably should not have played against Copenhagen, probably should not have played against Chelsea, but he played against Brentford, got himself the goal. Maybe he's getting better. He's recuperating, and that's going to be moved from his mind and his conscience, and he'll be okay after another game or two. But for Pep to say, don't criticize, even as a story or an allegory or whatever the proper term is, I think that's a bit far-fetched. I think no team, no player, no manager, no anybody is beyond criticism. Doesn't matter how good you are. That's one thing. The second thing is this bit here at the 158 mark, when he actually gets questioned by the journalist, what's wrong with being a journalist. Now, while there is plenty wrong, we can say, they gossipy, they run fake stories, they're very intrusive. It's a part of a journalist's job. But this is what he said in response to this question.
3 corner points for us.
Sam? Okay. First of all, what's wrong with being a journalist?
For me?
Yeah, what's wrong with being a journalist?
Oh, I'm a manager. My life is better than yours, so so that's why I want to be manager. I don't want to be journalist. Absolutely. How would be against? So the biggest compliments all the time you say to me, how would be against you? No, absolutely. It's not personal, except especially with you, Mr. Lee. So.
Thanks. So
Yeah, totally not personal. Didn't even look at him in the face. That is a little bit of arrogance, you know. I'm a manager, so my life is better than yours. You're a journalist, like I look down upon you. You're a piece of shit to me, is what I perceive what he's saying to be. That's not he's saying that directly. That's how I look at that and say, there probably is something to it, man. There probably is something to Pep saying, yeah, you're a manager. Sorry, I'm a manager and you're a journalist. So who the fuck are you to, question me on, what I think and my philosophy is and how my players are, etc., etc. He opened himself up a little bit when he said, I'm not a manager. Yeah, never was going to or never wanted to be a manager. Not me. Manager, journalist. Fucking, I'm not a journalist. Never wanted to be a journalist. So he did open himself up for that one. So Pep, again, it's not the worst thing. A lot of people say like, who gives a shit? He's having a laugh, whatever. But we know Pep can be very salty in front of the press, especially when he's been criticized, saying, "Oh, you should have, you should have done this instead. You should have, maybe changed this earlier on and done that later on and everything." We're not in his position. We don't know. We can't say for sure what we would do. We can only be armchair pundits and managers and speak on what we think to be the correct answer, what we see. So Pep in this instance here, did not look in the greatest of light. And many will say, who cares? He's just having a laugh. But the way I look at that demeanor and the way he said it and the attitude, there is a bit of arrogance in there. There's a bit of that Conor McGregor, sway. It's like, bro, that's unnecessary, man. Like, you're better than this. And Klopp is guilty of it as well. Klopp gets snarky with people asking him questions in interviews and other journalists and pundits alike. And many others have been there. Mourinho's done it before. Wenger's been there. I'm pretty sure Ferguson had the media ban or something, which I don't think you could actually do. So, yeah, there are things you can do when things are not going away. But for Pep, don't annoy him if you're a journalist, at least, because he will tell you that his life is much better than yours, that he makes more money, and you're asking him the questions. He's giving you the answers, and when you don't like those answers, you still ask him the questions, and he gets frustrated, and then his head starts getting a little bit hot. So, anyways, there you have it.